with author and YouTuber Josh Sundquist.
Hello.
How's your YALLWEST been so far?
It's good. Can't complain. Yeah, I live here, or nearby here.
Okay.
So it's awesome to have a book festival in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Pretty, can't complain.
Yeah, I'm from California too, and it's been so hard because I'm like, I can't travel to New York for BookCon and stuff. So
yeah,
it's been nice to have something so close.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Love at First Sight.
Okay.
So, how long did it take you to do all the research and stuff to create this book?
Yeah, I started researching it, I guess, like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, because for the purpose of your viewers, if they don't know, yeah, so my book is, the novel is Love at First Sight. It's about a teenager who's born blind, and he has an operation to gain sight for the first time. And in doing so, like, he finds that the sighted world is like not quite what he expected. And so, yeah, so I wanted to, I guess, you know, the point of the book was not necessarily to be like, oh, I want to create like the most realistic or educational portrait of visual impairment or sight, but I did want to know enough about those things that could like inform the story and make it like reasonably realistic. So yeah, so I spent probably like maybe 6 months researching it. So I would say like I probably like anything, any memoir, pretty much any popular novel, plus a lot of like just like science books about blindness and the neurology of blindness. Yeah, I read a lot of stuff.
Learned a lot. I love it.
Yeah, but it was like it was interesting, and in some ways, it was the sort of book that writing it was, in some ways, an excuse to learn about those things. Because those are things I found fascinating, and I've always been curious. Like as a person with a disability myself, but like I walk on crutches. It's very different. It's not really comparable, but that gives me a curiosity into like how, you know, like in my high school or in my college, there was always like blind students, and they were, you know, they just navigated the halls, right? And as a sighted person, you wonder what cues are they using, because I'm using my sight and they're using something different. So I wanted to understand that perspective and try to write from it.
Just see a different part of the world. No, I love that. Any of the characters in the book inspired by any people you know in real life?
I would say that, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah. It wasn't necessarily one of those things where I was like, oh, I want to put like my friend Joe into the
change
book.
the name or whatever.
That would be awesome. But yeah, there was like, I would say, a character who's the protagonist is named Will. A character who sits at his lunch table was like basically like a dude who sat at my lunch table in high school. So like that was there. But but for the most part, I would say other characters are more. I would say it's closer that they're like different pieces of myself. And I don't think that's unique to me as an author. I think like all authors to some degree, it's like characters are, you know, like all characters are somewhat based on you. I don't think you can write something realistically. You can write a character realistically if their experience isn't something like what you've had. Not that you've experienced that, like in fantasy. It's not like you've been a magician, but you've been sad, or you've been happy, or you've been rejected. And so to that extent, I feel like the main characters are all just kind of like different pieces of myself that I feel like I could express, or I could write that sort of feeling or that sort of experience.
Did you know that did you always know that you wanted to be a writer, or is it just something like a passion that you found?
Yeah, I mean, when I was young, when I was a really young child, that was really what I wanted to do. I'd say I started writing fiction on, like, I had a manual typewriter when I was a child that like my grandfather had given me, and so I wrote like little 1 or 2 page stories, probably starting when I was maybe 7. Okay. So yeah, so from a very young age. Yeah. So having a career as an author or getting published is extraordinarily difficult, so it's taken me then into my early 30s to get to a point when I could actually like get something published. But that was sort of, it was something that I'd like always been very interested in doing.
And then your other book, We Should Hang Out Sometime. Yeah. What were some of the reactions? It's about your dating life, right? What were some of the reactions like of the women and things like that? Like after publishing that book.
Yeah, like the real people.
Yes.
Yeah, so We Should Hang Out
So
Sometime.
I was curious about that.
So it's nonfiction, and then it's about like real people, like that I failed in trying to date, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I definitely have like tremendous respect for people's privacy. So like everyone's name was pretty much anyone who's like, I thought if there was any question in my mind that they would not want to be in the book,
Yeah.
or not even that they wouldn't want. Like if I didn't think this person would enthusiastically love to be named in my book, I would change their name.
Yeah.
And just any identifying, like any details that could allow a person to clearly be like, look at your Facebook profile and be like, oh, it's that person
Yeah.
from high school. I like all that was changed. So yeah, because I didn't want it to be like that. But yeah, I mean, I would say there wasn't like. There was not a lot of reaction one way or the like. I kind of like wrote all the people that were going to be in it around a little bit before it came out, and
you told them
just said like, hey, you know this. To be honest, I was surprised by how successful the book was. So when I wrote them, I said like, hey, like it's for teenagers. It's not going to be probably in that many bookstores. Probably not that many people will read it. Which it turns out I was wrong. Actually, like a lot of people about it. But at the time, that was honestly what I thought. So I was like, it's probably you're never going to hear about the book. And you might recognize yourself in it, but nobody else will. But just to give you a heads up, it exists. And nobody was like, what? Like, and people were like, oh, cool. Like, can I read it? And if they asked for it, of course, I sent them a copy. I didn't really hear from people after that, so I don't know.
They read it and they were like,
okay. So like one girl wrote back and was like, like, because when writing it, what I realized, and just kind of thinking through, I realized. Yeah, some of these girls maybe liked me, and I just was too insecure maybe to notice. And so like one girl kind of like wrote me, was like, oh, like I'm sorry that I wasn't more like forthcoming with that I liked you, or whatever. One girl just wrote me, it was like, what page does my section start on?
oh no.
Which is fine, but like okay, like you don't have to read the book.
Yeah.
But also you could just kind of flip through it, like
and like look and see.
It's not that long, and there's only like a few different relationships, like just kind of like. So anyway, I guess I don't know. Yeah. No, so it wasn't like, but it wasn't real like strong reactions or whatever, which is good. I mean, like definitely, I would feel horrible if somebody read it and like was upset by it. And, you know, maybe they didn't tell me, but yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted to be my story and not like usurp someone else's story that was theirs to tell. Like if they wanted to write a memoir from their perspective of their relationships, like they should do that, and I don't want those to like overlap or conflict or anything like that.
And then my last question is, what do you have coming up next? What projects or anything are you currently working on?
That's a great question. So my main job is I give motivational speeches, and so I travel around to different like competitions, schools, and I make videos like on YouTube as you do. So hello YouTube.
We'll leave them down below.
Yeah, my channel is my name, Josh Sundquist. So I'm always kind of like making videos and creating speech material and doing different projects. Yeah, as far as like writing, I honestly don't know what's next for me. I've written so. It's such a long process, right? Like I started the research alone first time many years ago, and that's writing. It takes a year, and then you like get a publisher, and then it's like a couple years of editing or whatever. So and that just came out. In the interim, I've tried different projects. I've written like full-length things that just haven't worked, or sometimes they've worked in my mind, but like my agent's like, oh, this sucks. But my agent's brilliant. Like she's. It always does turn out to be right. So like I absolutely believe her, and I don't want to publish something that's going to be awful.
Yeah.
So like I guess I would say like I have written things, various types of things, none of which have turned out to be good enough yet that they're going to be in bookstores. So I don't know what the next thing is that I will write in bookstores, but like stay tuned.
Yeah, we hope to see something.
And we'll see. But yeah, no, I appreciate you like saying hi. And
yeah,
my
I'm so
stuff.
excited. Yeah, I've been like dying to meet you all day today.
Me. Yeah.
So I was like, I saw the tweet. I was like, yes.
No, I'm so glad I checked my Twitter and she's just like written a tweet like, I hope to meet Josh Sundquist.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad I did. And I was like, I really was like, maybe I should check my Twitter just in case like somebody here has tweeted me, and you had.
And I did.
So, which made me feel like good. So like, you know, when you do that, you're like, is this really like conceited to think someone here has tweeted me? And then someone had, so I was like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad that I did that.
Well, thank you for also doing the interview with me.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and I will leave all of his links down below, so you guys go check him out. And thank you again so much.
For sure.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a great day, everyone.